The biggest declassification of UFO files in modern history just officially started.
Fox News alert breaking today: the Department of War publishing a second round of declassified UFO files, including this 2023 video described as an F-16 shooting down a UAP.
And oh my God, what the government is hiding is way more terrifying than a few flying saucers. Mainstream scientists who used to laugh at this stuff are literally losing their minds right now behind closed doors. But before we expose exactly what is inside these files, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a like on this video right now. Also, make sure to follow me over on Instagram for daily updates on these cases. Done? Awesome. Let's get into it. We are talking about over 160 declassified military files, radar data, and pilot reports that just hit the public domain. For decades, the Pentagon laughed at anyone who brought this up. If you talked about OVNI phenomena, you were immediately labeled a conspiracy theorist or a complete charlatan. It was a brilliant strategy to completely discredit anyone trying to look for the truth. But now, the game has completely changed. For the first time ever, official government documents are stating, in plain text, that certain objects observed by the US military simply cannot be explained. They are explicitly ruling out conventional drones, secret US tech, and any known equipment from Russia or China. And please, don't even start with the infamous weather balloons. Washington is officially running out of excuses. But the atmosphere in Congress started getting way more tense when leaks about a second round of declassification began circulating in the hallways. According to insiders and lawmakers involved in the investigations, there is a massive wave of new materials being prepared right now. We are talking about dozens of military videos that are currently deemed too sensitive for immediate public release. Even though the Pentagon is trying to keep a lid on it, information is escaping. The Department of Defense even put out statements claiming the current administration wants to offer an unprecedented level of transparency regarding these unidentified anomalous phenomena. They claim the public has the right to look at the data. But if they want transparency so bad, why does it feel like pulling teeth just to get a single video released? The truth is, there is a literal silent war happening right now inside the US government. On one side, you have politicians demanding full disclosure. On the other side, you have shadowy intelligence groups desperately scrambling to keep everything locked in a vault. Famous investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell recently exposed that a massive internal blockade is happening within the Central Command of the United States. He claims that explosive, highly sensitive recordings are being intentionally withheld from the very lawmakers who are legally cleared to investigate them. You kidding, right? This explains why so many members of Congress are suddenly furious, openly accusing intelligence agencies of a massive cover-up. According to the leaks, the crown jewels of this cover-up are 46 military videos showing absolutely inexplicable aerial phenomena. Get this, Corbell already managed to get his hands on 8 of them. He described the footage as small fragments of a much larger, highly disturbing archive. The full files apparently involve delicate military operations, advanced tracking systems, and objects performing maneuvers that completely shatter our current understanding of aerodynamics. Congressman Eric Burleson actually went on record saying that if the government keeps blocking these files, he is ready to use legal loopholes and congressional immunity to leak them to the public himself. The political tension is at an all-time high. Now, let's talk about the specific video that is making even veteran military personnel deeply uncomfortable. Behind closed doors, they are calling it the Anamorphic UAP. Forget about the classic Tic Tacs, metallic spheres, or traditional flying discs. What military sensors caught this time is completely bizarre. According to Corbell's reports, this thing looks like a dark, shapeless, amorphous mass. It literally morphs, expands, contracts, and changes its entire geometry mid-air while flying at incredible speeds. Huh? It looks less like a mechanical vehicle and more like a living, breathing anomaly in physics. And before anyone says it's just a camera glitch or an optical illusion, no way. This object was tracked simultaneously by highly sophisticated military radar systems. It was physically there. Corbell actually brought this up in a documentary called Sleeping Dog, calling it one of the most disturbing pieces of evidence the military has ever analyzed. The full video remains strictly classified, but the fact that the Pentagon is taking this specific shape-shifting mass so seriously has forced the scientific community to stop laughing and start paying attention. Because of all these leaks, we are witnessing an insane shift among the world's most elite scientists. Even Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO office, officially admitted that a massive number of military cases remain completely unexplained, including those shape-shifting anomalies. But the biggest shockwave? Neil deGrasse Tyson. For decades, this guy completely ridiculed the topic as pop culture hysteria. But recently, his tone completely flipped.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Shermer. Time for another episode of the Michael Shermer Show. My returning guest today is the returning champion, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think this is your third or fourth time on the show. He's an astrophysicist and author of the #1 best-selling Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, along with, here we go, To Infinity and Beyond, Cosmic Queries, Death by Black Hole, Letters from an Astrophysicist, Accessory to War, and Starry Messenger, the last two you were on for. He's the director of the Hayden Planetarium in the American Museum of Natural History, where he has served since 1996. Dr. Tyson is also a host and co-founder of the Emmy-nominated popular podcast Star Talk and its spin-off, Star Talk Sports Edition, which combines humor, science, and pop culture. He's the recipient of 21 honorary doctorates. Damn, I only have one. Okay, I got to get working on that.
He admitted we aren't just listening to lonely farmer stories anymore. We are dealing with highly trained military pilots and intelligence experts. Tyson even pointed out that decades of Hollywood sci-fi movies might have been a deliberate psychological program to slowly prepare humanity for a massive revelation, just to prevent total chaos when the full truth finally drops. Talk about a controlled disclosure. If you think that's wild, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb says ignoring this data is a massive scientific blunder. He says there are only two options. Either an enemy nation has secret tech that completely breaks US defenses, or we are looking at something genuinely non-human. But the absolute mic drop moment comes from Dr. Hal Puthoff, a physicist and former CIA consultant. He went completely rogue in an interview and spoke openly about top-secret crash-retrieval programs. When asked straight up if non-human intelligence was involved, his response was immediate and chilling. He stated that high-level insiders claim the government has recovered at least 4 different types of entities from these crashes.
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 separate types.
He says the US, Russia, and China are locked in a frantic tech race, but these objects defy our physics. It's like giving an iPhone to a medieval blacksmith. We mathematically understand it, but we have absolutely zero clue how to replicate it. So, where does that leave us? The smoking gun proof is still locked away in dark vaults. But is there life out there? At this point, it's almost impossible to deny. The real question is, are we witnessing a controlled revelation of cosmic truth, or is it a beautifully crafted narrative designed to manipulate us? Right now, nobody knows for sure, but the historic hypocrisy is officially crumbling. Let me know your wild theories in the comments below. Don't forget to check the links in my description to support the channel. And as always, stay curious. Sending a huge hug and a little kiss straight to your heart. May God bless you all so much, and I'll see you in the next file.